Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Reminiscing here, Reminiscent 6 exactly. We're here with a reading for the moon in Aquarius coming up for this weekend. It will be square to the sun in Scorpio, so at 0 degrees. So definitely new beginnings, and definitely advice here to seek within. Mercury is already retrograde in Scorpio and it's making its way back into Libra. So we will have like that Sun and Mercury meetup soon. So definitely pay attention to messages you've been receiving. I saw 44. Pay attention to your messages. Okay. So with the moon in Aquarius, we will be experiencing a square to the sun in Scorpio, a square to Uranus and Taurus, a sextile with Aries, Chiron and Mars retrograde, and an in conjunction to Virgo, Venus, and a trine to the North Node in Gemini. So, with the moon in Aquarius, collectively, we will know. And I feel with a sextile to Aries that's currently being squared off with Capricorn energy, we have to settle and get acquainted, Aquarius, get acquainted more with who we are now that the previous characteristics, whether ego inflated or not, since Aries is involved, but previous personalities that were created through our environments, now that all of that has been getting peeled off like a old band-aid, with this moon cycle and the sun going into Scorpio, where we get to go deeper into the psychology of life and emotional intelligence, we get to, with this moon in Aquarius, feel what it is that we know to be true about who we are as an individual in a sea of people. And we don't have to pay attention to opinions. We can only listen to ourselves for a moment. And with that, 0 degree mark, square zero is the beginning. It's the, the omega is the, start. It's truly the number one. 0 is truly the number one, and it's God-given energy that's here. It's the universe, sprouting things. This is where everything comes from, the 0 mark. So Scorpio and Aquarius square, both fixed signs, water and the water bearer, they square. And the challenge here is that, with Scorpio being, although emotional and intense, it has a knowing as well. It's just that knowing is unknown and being discovered. There's been a light put into the dark. With Aquarius, it knows, but it's sharing what it already knows. It doesn't have to go do too much seeking other than within its own self, its own energy. And it shares the water in the darkness, the 0 energy, the information, the data, the whatever it is that you're looking for. So we're trying to see things in the dark, but we already know it's there at the same time. So do you pay more attention to how it feels to be in the dark and act it out? Or do you pay more attention to what you know with your intuition to be true and what you already know more than what your environment wants to create or can create or make circumstances that you react to. You can feel, but you don't have to really react to what's going on because you already know from the moon in Aquarius what's really going on. So you don't have to react. But there will be a call during the Scorpio season with the election and, a lot of crazy things going on at the moment. You can choose where you want to direct your full undivided attention because Scorpio is very attentive. Scorpio is very, very observant and pays very deep attention to things that many people just wouldn't think twice about, and that's what makes Scorpio Scorpio. Okay, so the first position is the core. Here we have Saturn Truth, the number 6, with the Hermit card. So here we are, like I was saying, about discovering who we truly are. Saturn is testing all of us for the last, while it's in Capricorn, we're being tested against our integrity, who we truly are. And the only way that a lot of us know people is, my mom used to say, you don't know anyone until you live with them. And during this year, we've been forced to be kind of shut in to our communities, our families, or even just be alone with ourselves for the most part to discover who we truly are, what's the light that's within, what does the God within us have to do and say about the situation that matters that we put ourselves in. And the truth can be unbearable, hurtful. It can also be overbearingly, hard to admit. It can also be beautiful, relieving, and just overall complete gratitude that Saturn has set you free from something that was not really who you were, but became a part of your personality based on the environment that you allowed yourself to mature in. Now, what we must do or avoid, or any hinting towards some things we don't want to partake in and do. The first house card here, the body, talks about, how important the first house is, like the sun and the moon. Sun, moon, and ascendant, your trilogy. A lot of people ask for to get a basic idea of what your personality is. And with the first house card being here in the advice of what not to do, to me, speaks more along the lines of don't overdo your Martian energy. The Tower is here. Don't overdo your power. Don't over-assert yourself. Don't risk your body, your health, your head. Don't risk very important parts of your puzzle just to satisfy something for a short little while. With the Tower card here, 16, another 7 on top of the 7. There will be some sort of movement or separation, divide, as well as an illumination when we just sit still for the moment and just take a survey of what's going on around us. And we can have this internal tower moment within our own body. With the Saturn card here, it can be related to bones, teeth, the skeletal system as well. But all in all, structures. What type of structures have you set up for yourself? And what part of these structures are being torn down that you are required to rebuild in order to move forward? New beginnings and opportunities. So the advice that we want to use in moving forward, what will help us is another 6 here, 9th house, faith. The 9th house, Sagittarius, Jupiterian energy. This card is relatable to the 3 of Wands. So there is some type of knowledge that we really do feel attracted to seek within or without. But the higher learning that we are being called to require us to have faith, or expand our faith rather, in the mission that we have in fulfilling the destiny where we were brought here to do. Now, with the old personalities, old ways of doing things, even the literal old body we used to have, now that that's being cut off, washed away, torn up to pieces, either through surgery or just, accidents, being accident prone, or, just living life and going through changes physically. No matter what happens, you still want to have faith towards the things that bring you the most peace when it comes to experiencing what life has to offer. And the Two of Cups is here. A lot of us know that this card is representative of loving relationships with others, but don't forget the loving relationship you have with yourself. Considering this is Venus in Cancer. 2 is a number of cooperation, peace, and relationships. However, you relate with yourself first. You got to have faith in yourself first. 1122. You have faith in yourself first. Have faith in what it is that you feel activated to go and do with this Libra, Capricorn, Aries, T-square dynamic that has been going on. What have you been activated to go learn and study and seek within your own privacy, Cancer here, that may help you with your greatest good in the whole world, throughout the universe, rather. Expansion. Just, the thing about Jupiter being expanding is that Saturn has the ability to stop that expansion. So, you don't want to get too big for your britches. You don't want to slack on Moon in Aquarius, being healthy-minded, and just, feast on things that don't serve you. Be very aware of the experiences that you have or had and how it relates to going from the old you to the new you, the old personality to the new personality, the old environment to your new environment. New beginnings and opportunities, seek within. Last but not least, in the last position, the outcome card based on how the energy is flowing right now is the Void of Course, Moon, another 7 here. And this card is actually this card in the tarot, 8 of Cups. So we got double energy here, allowing us to see that, allow things to just fall away that hasn't served you. Saturn again. Allow things to break away that was never meant to be. Be comfortable with that space being freed up and open to things that are of your highest and greatest good, that is going to continue to fuel you in your path with all the right tools we need to keep moving forward. And this is Piscean as well, which is used to be related to Jupiter, but more so Neptune now. Don't get caught up in illusions of what things may look like. What you truly want on a psychic level will proceed, regardless of what the state of everything looks like right now. Some things can look very scary or very, unknown, really. Anything you give your attention to emotionally, it just seems to expand, but it might not be exactly what you want. Yeah. Don't do anything. Sit down, sit still, seek within, and allow things to fall away. Allow things to move away from you that are not serving you. Because on a psychic level, on a deep soul body level, what is meant to happen will happen. And that's what this card talks about here. What you truly want to happen will happen. And everything else will just wash away. It'll be released. It'll be let go. You won't have to continue to like really fester over old emotions and feelings anymore. So just prepare yourself now to let everything go before the moon moves into Pisces and conjuncts with Neptune. Get solid in who you are and what you know yourself to be now that all the fluff is gone and being cut out. So when things get a bit more confusing around you, even within you, don't forget you've already, staked your claim on what it is you truly wanted. And just because you feel or sense even emotions of other people that they might want something different for you or from you, with you, by you, it doesn't necessarily mean that's what you have to do. You don't have to sacrifice yourself to save like ideas or people, places, things that are not even the whole purpose of your existence. Like, don't just be true to yourself. Saturn here. Truth. Learn your truth. Discover your truth. Hold on to your truth. Let it guide you. Let it mold you. But don't let it ruin you. The power or the defeat. Don't let it ruin you. Have faith in what you know to be true, because what you accept and allow is what will come forth. Okay, that's my reading for this moon in Aquarius. Shout out to all those who have moon in Aquarius or any Aquarian energy. This is our time to continue to hold down the fort and teaching others and being inspired by other gurus and teachers of what we quote unquote call the occult. That is truly the truth behind why we all even exist in the first place. So, Ashe, peace.